Hey guys, welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary, and we have the finals of the losers bracket here for the tournament that I've been casting for you guys. The game replays one July 17th. Of course, I've already brought you a few videos from the tournament, and we're going to be doing this one here. We're jumping into the loser bracket now, so again, I've just been picking out the games I thought would be good to cast, because there's like a crap ton of them, so I'm not going to cast everything, because I'd be here like all week. But anyway, we have Masterleaf and OneVISION. Both these guys have previously got a cast, but now they're playing each other in the loser bracket. So whoever wins here will go into the grand final versus Technique. And Technique will have a 1-0 advantage in that grand final, best of 7, because he is the winner of the winners bracket. But this is a best of 5. Loser is out, or basically loser takes third place, and the winner goes in to face off against Technique. A few people in here, I believe, were casting the streams as well. Oh, June Tiger is in here. Big shout out as well. Even though he did lose his first game and was knocked straight into the loser bracket, he did then win 4 series in a row. Shout out for the up-and-coming Aussie there. And he even defeated Shock Trapper, who is actually pretty decent. But yeah, 4 in a row before he was taken out, I believe, by OneVISION. But it was close, 2-1. But I've talked a lot. This is best of 5. Let's jump in because I don't want to keep you guys waiting here all day. On the right-hand side of Tournament Highlands, it's going to be OneVISION playing as Blackhand. He's playing as purple. He must like that color because he was in it in the last series. Masterleaf trying to be Technique, but he's not, playing as Blackhand as well. And Tournament Highlands, even though it is just a Technique bike buggy map, like specifically built for bike buggy to be abused on, it's probably the most realistic looking map in the sense that he's made an area which looks realistic. The ground, like everything looks totally realistic, like it's not just a copy paste or anything. These roads, all this was crafted very nicely, even though there's a lot of dead flat space as well. These areas here were built very well. They look all pretty realistic and things like that as well. You notice there's a fence that goes around here to prevent the enemy from just running up and taking your garrison if they have faster scouts. So that was a very nice touch as well. But all things said and done, again, you got a lot of area here where you can't deploy, so you have to especially if you move your MCV from your expansion, you got to move like from here, from this point, you have to move all the way down here before you can deploy down here. So that's pretty risky, and all the dirt tracks and everything is very nice. So it looks all super realistic and a very nicely looking map. But the problem is because there's no dead space, like you can access any part of the map and it's gigantic. It's going to be a bike buggy field day, and that's a big complaint that the first time I saw these maps, including Odyssey and Galaxy and all that, I'm just like, wow, these maps are they're just gigantic, and there's no dead space. There's no like area where it's inaccessible. So it's like bike buggy is just going to be abused and that's why EA didn't make any maps like that, and that's why no one else has made maps like that, because they are not balanced. I honestly think these maps here aren't terribly balanced, because bike buggy always has a significant advantage. And that's something that, again, they put them into ranked. Yeah, well, there's actually a Reckoner coming down by Masterleaf. That's why OneVISION redeployed here, and I really should be paying attention to what's going on in this map instead of having a go at Technique and his bad map design. But a lot of selling coming down here now. We'll try to take, or we'll try to destroy these here. And Technique, he's gonna post a comment. I know he's gonna watch this, and I know I'm being harsh and stuff like that. 6 City is probably the only one. Atacama Road, well done, by the way. And I said this before. I'll stop talking about that because I was gonna say, what's he doing? He's deploying here. It's actually rocket squads, and this is to trick OneVISION. Is to make OneVISION build bikes, and of course the rocket squads. Oh my god, this is actually really intelligent. Masterleaf completely outwitted him, takes out a harvester, and now OneVISION's like, well, I'm still building bikes. And these guys, he needs a Cabal squad in there, doesn't he? But unfortunately, he had a Cabal squad here, but he lost it. Kills another harvester. See you later. Wow, that was very well executed by Masterleaf, and that hit him for 6 as well. Not building the flame units, of course, saves him a bit of money and time in the rush. But and he did have a Cabal squad there, but unfortunately he got killed before he could get it into the Reckoner. But it didn't matter, because OneVISION's trying to spam out bikes, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I got rocket squads in a super fortified bunker, because it deployed with basically its maximum health, which is just deadly. The more health the Reckoner deploys with, the more it has when it's in that deployed mode. So you want to deploy it before it takes any damage, and then it can just be a nightmare to get rid of. But yeah, well done by Masterleaf there. 2 minutes 50. That was over pretty quickly. I hope the rest of the series isn't that short. But and that's gonna shake OneVISION to his core as well, because he was not expecting that, even though he saw the Reckoner. And I wasn't expecting that as well, because I was too busy talking about other things. 2 minutes 50 seconds. One of the shortest games I've casted so far in the tournament. Not much else to say about that. Well done, Masterleaf. I definitely like that. And we'll jump into game number 2 coming up right now. Okay, guys, welcome back to game number 2 in the series between Masterleaf and OneVISION 60. Jumping straight into Tournament Galaxy, and we were just talking about this map in the last one. But we'll let it slide for the time being. We have, up in the top right-hand side, Masterleaf playing as Blackhand, because why the hell not? It's the Blackhand show. And that means OneVISION 60 playing as Blackhand, the bottom left-hand side. Of course, you do have your singular spike, which is over here. I don't know why I did the zigzag then, just to make things interesting. But I did do it. Running over the Tiberium, one right. Oh, that's interesting. So he's kept a rocket squad here. What could this be for? Maybe some type of rush, or maybe just so he can eco really stupidly hard and have an extra rocket squad just in case. Masterleaf, 3 squads, one of them built, but runs straight over the Tiberium, which will weaken one of those squads. Even that squad just losing a little pinch just as he stepped on that crystal. Must have gone through his boot. But Harvester now be gathering up that deadly crystal, and OneVISION just moving these forces around again just here, just in case any barks decide to rock up and destroy his harvesters. So he's just preempting that. I expect him to eco because of this, of course, and Raider Buggy coming out straight away. That's putting ridiculously quickly, so it can't be anything else unless it's a bike. No, it is. It's Raider Buggy. I called it. Yeah, he's going for a harvester now, so he's just getting the Raider Buggy out. So OneVISION is planning to eco, and Masterleaf also planning to eco. Not going to do a crazy rush that he did last time. To be honest, I think OneVISION is kind of called. It's like, well, he did the rush first game, he won't do it again. If Masterleaf just was really tricky and did another rush, especially since this Raider Buggy is having to turn around to deal with these squads, the scout is just delayed. If he was doing another Reckoner, it would be out by now, and it would be making its way across the map, but unfortunately, and OneVISION wouldn't have any idea, and these units would be useless against it. If it was a Flame Reckoner, they're not going to do anything. But Masterleaf probably pretty sure that he's not being rushed, because you don't build a singular Raider Buggy. And here we go, here's a bike. This bike's coming out now, so he's coming in. We'll be able to take that down, and he will see the move of the MCV. Masterleaf just dispatching that one there. And once OneVISION saw the bikes, he knew there was no escape, so he just went straight into the center to get as much eyes as possible on what Masterleaf was doing. He's expanding without a second power. No, he does have a second power plant, but he was still low power there because Nod needs 3. Few bikes coming across the map. These units will now pay off for OneVISION. He has 5 harvesters. He's up a harvester. He's up 2 harvesters. Okay, so he's up 2 harvesters because of the fact that yeah, look at this. He's really going into that hardcore eco. Actually tried to move his MCV, but redeployed upon seeing those bikes. Puts down a 3rd MCV. Might be going for... No, he might just be going for a refinery. He might just try to crawl the rest of the way. That's pretty close. He'll be pretty vulnerable to a catalyst missile. Having said that, no, second war factory comes down. Will there be a cell? Not 100% sure. Something is getting blown up over there. And I think it might have been one of OneVISION's bikes, because Masterleaf still has 4 units here, and I believe he started this attack with 4 bikes as well. Doesn't get the shot off on OneVISION's bike there. Not that it would have mattered too much. He does spot the second war factory. Takes that bike out without taking anything in return. So he gets one back, and he knows there is a second war factory. If Masterleaf has a refinery down at the moment, he's going to be okay. He will take another one out and doesn't lose. He does lose one. He might lose another bike there. No, he does back off just before it goes down. It is a refinery there for Masterleaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His economy now is ahead of OneVISION. He's 1 harvester ahead and 1 refinery ahead. But of course, OneVISION has 2 war factories. Not able to capitalize. A few of his units got picked off. He's been forced to sit at home for an extra 30 or so seconds, which is now allowing Masterleaf to get another war factory out. So now Masterleaf has the war factory potential, and he's building Scorpion tanks, which is okay. There's not enough bikes here to really contest against the amount of Scorpions he may have. Again, just drafting these Cabal squads, not going to be enjoying seeing those bike goes down straight away. Good defense, good defense. Even though this is going to be a bike buggy, hardcore bike buggy map, you can still do a Scorp spam, because at the end of the day, if you're able to flank, you can still just try to base race with your Scorpions. They will be able to defeat the bike buggy in a heads-up engagement, unless there's like a ridiculous numbers advantage for the bike buggy. And I mean a ridiculous numbers advantage, because you can spam Scorp tanks just as well as you can spam bikes. And of course, they will defeat bikes in numerical, not even with numerical superiority. The bikes have to outnumber them several to 1. So it comes down to positioning and engagements. A lot of that goes into it, but generally speaking, the Scorpion tank is much more durable. That one bike comes in to have a look at it, and he will see 2 refineries, which is important. So he knows that OneVISION is still planning to eco out of this here, and there's going to be no further regression. Masterleaf already has that down. Does he have an operation center? No, I believe he's going for one now. Does OneVISION have one down? I believe he's about to plant it. That will mean his dozer blades will have an edge. He's not actually doing anything just yet. Battle markers. No, not too much happening there. There he goes. It's down now. And the research starts immediately. Whoa, 3 war factories. So he's actually bypassing dozer blade right now to go for a 3rd war factory. He's going to be really aggressive, and he's going to be able to take out the structure. Actually has a rocket squad in there. Again, it's not going to do too much before this structure is actually brought down. Raider buggy comes in to have a look what Masterleaf's up to. These tanks could try to intercept it. Not sure if they're going to be able to do that, but they're not. No, there's a small strike force down here. This base is actually pretty well open. He could easily move in there, but he decides he's going to take out the spike instead. He could have tried his luck at going into this base and then come back for the spike, but now OneVISION is definitely aware that it is there. That Raider buggy heavy damage mode now. Not sure if he's going to be able to escape. Dozer blades about 20% done. OneVISION's almost completed 90% now, and he's going to be pushing away Masterleaf, who did not get the spike. He was forced away by these enemy tanks who have more numbers. That structure still stands. Masterleaf has a few tanks here, and he's actually going to come up from both sides. Oh, he's actually going to sandwich. He's going to sandwich him. He's going to be able to shoot at the rear armor. This is going to be fantastic for Masterleaf. He's not focus firing though. He's just moving through. I'm not sure why he's doing that. He's got to watch out this Fanatics. That could have been a lot better than it was. He had him completely outmaneuvered there. He will take out a few tanks in the retreat, but he could have done a lot more damage there. A lot of units actually being destroyed there. So that's unfortunate. Fanatic squad's now trying to go for these Scorpions. That just at the end of the day, Masterleaf did lose more in the engage, and of course no dozer blades during the whole engage, while OneVISION called him Unleashed. OneVISION did have dozer blade. Dozer blade just finishing up now. Actually, just whoa, sure. It's always cost effective for the Fanatics to do that because they're a cheaper unit. Flame tank is there. He will actually destroy those units here. Did that flame tank just get taken out by Fanatics? That would be really embarrassing. I'm not sure where that flame tank is going. He's not going to be able to take those out. Oh, there's actually bikes over here. I did not see this. There's bikes over here. A bit of Q move going on from Masterleaf. Battle markers over here. There's a bike coming in. Sees the 3rd base. Sees the 2nd ref down. He knows. Masterleaf knows now he is actually critically behind in the economy. While this flame tank's coming out everywhere, does Masterleaf have the ability to control all of this? Again, his control has been a little bit questionable in this game so far. There's flame tanks just moving straight across the map here, and all the tanks are all split up, and these flame tanks now are just going straight down the guts. There's units moving around the left-hand side, just a singular flame tank already heavily damaged. 2 flame tanks again just going straight down the guts. They could go to the north. They need to go to the north. Masterleaf not controlling those at all too well. Bikes taking out his harvesters. This is not going too well for him. Just one take breaks off. He should be able to attack that over there as well. Falling back over here, he could take the spike out now. He should be able to get at least 1 refinery. That will make up for the fact that there's dead harvesters over here. Flame tanks everywhere. What is he trying to do? He doesn't get the refinery. He needs to get at least 1 refinery. These flame tanks, where are they going? He's not microing them at all. He's not microing them at all. He needs to destroy this refinery. He's actually shooting at a silo. Oh my god, those flame tanks could have destroyed both refineries, and now these tanks are being fed. They're being fed another attack down there, but he loses that as well. Wow, Masterleaf really... The engage was just absolutely clumsy as hell, and now he's losing units on the other side. OneVISION is able to defend everything. OneVISION, even though Masterleaf's doing a clumsy job of this, OneVISION's control has actually been pretty bloody good, I have to admit. Especially with these bike harass. He's actually done so much work with these bikes, and now Masterleaf can't hope to really win the engage with these Scorpion tanks. 1 flame tank will find its way in, and Masterleaf, it does not matter. It does not matter at all. He will be going down, so... that's going to level the series at 1 apiece now. So Masterleaf, unfortunately, and that was a good idea. He had a lot of flame tanks, and he had them in the right. Well, some of them just went down the guts. That was bad. But the ones that got into the base just had zero control, no control. They were shooting at silos, shooting at harvesters. He could have destroyed the entire 3rd expansion, and didn't do it. And there's a few other situations where he was just unnecessarily losing or hemorrhaging units just for the sake of being aggressive, and he wasn't able to appropriately deal with the bike harass. OneVISION handled that much better than what Masterleaf did, and Masterleaf could have made that cripplingly disastrous for OneVISION, but unfortunately wasn't able to pull it off, and high micro required $10,000 more for OneVISION. Not too bad, 8 minutes 40 seconds. But before I lose my voice, we'll try to jump into the next game. 1 apiece, best of 5. This series is going to keep going for a little while now. Okay guys, welcome back to this best of 5 series between Masterleaf and OneVISION. The next game takes us to Rift, as these guys are now 1 apiece, back on equal footing. To be honest, I felt that Masterleaf could have been a 2-0 right now, but unfortunately, OneVISION just was able to basically outperform him. That's all I can say. OneVISION did outperform in the last game. Starting on Tournament Rift, which of course is Masterleaf's choice. He's playing as Blackhand again. And you know what? He's not playing Technique, so he can play Blackhand. But to be honest, he could play Traveler. OneVISION isn't that good. But playing in a mirror situation like this, where OneVISION's just used to playing against or with this type of faction, a lot of people do not like playing the screen factions because they are very difficult to deal with, especially when you've got someone who's a professional. A lot of nod units, especially Blackhand, as we've seen in the past, used to be powerful, but now it's like, hey, Traveler's actually pretty bloody good against Blackhand if played correctly. And of course, Masterleaf is one of those people that can play them like there is no tomorrow. We have Masterleaf, of course, going for one. No, he's going for 2 bottom spike. He must be going for Disciple. Yes, he is going for Disciple upgrade, so he's going to go for the Flame upgrade. OneVISION did go for an Engineer, so he's going to lose his Engineer, but it's important that Masterleaf does destroy that. He should be able to... Ooh, it's just going to be tight. I felt he should have gone around and down here because he could have easily cut the Engineer off. He's not going to be able to do that now, and he's going to have an opportunity to take this spike. I don't believe, yeah, the other squads are too far out of range. That's a lot of squads. He might have been expecting OneVISION to do the same thing. Not going to happen. OneVISION has yet to spot the Flame upgrade. He will spot it now, but he's going to get the spike, and that the other squad could have been here by now and prevented the spike capture. So Masterleaf, unfortunately, doing a poor job of that. I mean, moving across here was never going to work anyway. But he will take 1 spike. He'll get the second one anyway, but without the $500 capture bonus, that's never that good. There's actually no scout here at all. He could have just gone, and actually, no, the scout is down here. The scout is down here, so... But yeah, again, he's in between that and the Disciples, so it doesn't really matter. He's going to lose it. He's going to take OneVISION spike. Battle marker comes down. Bikes are coming out now because he's aware of the 2 War Factory all in from OneVISION. He's like, hey, you got Flame upgrade? You got Flame upgrade? I'm going to go for 2 War Factory all in, and he's going to go for buggies. You know what? Masterleaf only has 1 Harvester. He's only got... Did he forget to queue a Harvester? Why is he went for bikes? I don't understand. Oh man, he's actually in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. OneVISION now just holding off on the attack. A few bikes are now building up here. He needs enough to one-shot the squads, the Raider buggies. Now the Raider buggies won't be able to destroy the bikes if they're microed correctly because they'll be able to just move back to the War Factory. He clears out that mean Disciple squad there. He gets a Flame Disciple. As a result of that one there, and he will be coming down to snipe that one Raider buggy. Will be sniping down. The Raider buggy is actually pretty useless because Masterleaf's like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go for infantry. I'm going to go for units. He's still on just 1 Harvester, but he has 3 spikes. He should be destroying that, but he's not. He's too busy on the defense. He's microing like crazy because he knows he has to try to survive this attack. 3 Scorpion tanks out now. That's nice, and he will get. No, he's putting damage on OneVISION. And the damage that he's putting on one... Oh, this tank. No. He cannot afford to lose any tanks right now. Just getting 2 of those squads. Yeah, there's 2 squads there. The other squad is moving into the base. He knows it's 2 War Factory all in, so it doesn't need to be really retold that. He's probably going to go for another, another Disciple squad here very shortly. 1 tank will fall. A few more tanks going down now. He shouldn't really worry about targeting the Raider buggies. He should just target the bikes, because if the bikes go down, then he's got them all. He's got them all. There's only 1 left. The tanks now are really uncontested. The tanks are somewhat uncontested, and he will push that back. Well done. Well done there. That engagement looked a bit gnarly, but Masterleaf emerges victorious there. Actually pulling his squad away. No, do you have an engineer for that? No, you don't. He's going to lose those squads. He could have easily got the spike, and if OneVISION loses the spike, you know, he's just down to just his economy here. A few bikes pulling at the top there, but look at that. Masterleaf, he sniffs that out. He sniffs it out straight away. There's actually no, he could have got a power plant, by the way. There's no shredder turrets, but he's going to lose that, and the spike will stand, which is unfortunate. Masterleaf could have just got further ahead, just could have destroyed the spike, taken the garrison, wait for the bike buggy to leave, go snipe a power plant, and then Vision would be in a little bit of trouble here. Masterleaf just pulling on cash here. We have 3 harvesters out now by OneVISION. His refinery is pretty badly damaged, though. The tanks are going to retreat. Masterleaf, please tell me you got some more economy. Yes, his economy is on par with OneVISION's. 3 harvesters, 1 ref. Where is your MCV? Oh my god, I thought he was going to sell it there. But the thing is that Masterleaf has 3 spike, and he could have denied this spike. 30 credit a second, 10 seconds, it's $300, so 900, so 18, so he gets $1,800 a minute more than more than OneVision. So after 5 minutes, that's 5,000, 5 eighths of 40. So that's $9,000 after just 5 minutes that he gets just from spikes. That's more than 10 tanks. That's 11 tanks with change. We're talking Scorpion tanks because 11 tanks would be $8,800, have $200 left. So 11 tanks with change in 5 minutes just from spikes. That would make and break an engagement. He's going to get this bike, maybe. Oh my god, it just manages to survive. No, he gets it. He gets it. Will save the spikes. Keeping these spikes alive is important. He's going to run through here, but of course we have a Flame Disciple squad, which will do a bit of damage. There's another one over here as well, which means, yeah, he's not going to be able to do too much. He should lose a bike, really, but the fire is split amongst them. Raider Buggy over here has got a few squads. No, these bikes are actually going to get away. It's unfortunate. He really could have destroyed some of those. These tanks are going to try to head him off. Going to try to cut him off. That Raider Buggy is history. Masterleaf just a bit concerned that he's not developing his economy here. OneVision still has not got... Oh, yes, he managed to cut the bikes off. Two of them will be shredded. That tank there, pretty badly damaged. Might want to go back to base. Not sure what Masterleaf's trying to do here. He will find a Scorpion tank in the top side of the base, of the map here, just by its lonesome. These Scorpion tanks, though, are going to be history. He does target the bikes, which is good. He gets another bike. He needs to try to clean up as many bikes as he can, or at least destroy these badly damaged Raider Buggies. Not shooting at the badly damaged ones there, unfortunately, but the target fire on the bikes was pretty good to secure a few kills beforehand. Bikes now moving through this area. Oh my god, they actually overkill that like crazy, and then the bikes now will move back across. It still benefits Masterleaf. He killed a couple of bikes there, that's nice, and he knows what he's dealing with. Even picks off one more in the retreat. Will be running from that, but Masterleaf has the opportunity to get ahead economically now. His army is basically the same size as OneVision's. What is he doing? He has got a second ref down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 and 2. He is trying to invest in infantry here. But you know what? I don't think that's going to work too well. I mean, he's got a lot of Raider Buggies. It will keep his base safe. OneVision won't attack into that. Even with the Raider Buggies he has, it's not enough. But Masterleaf needs to be using this time to get ahead economically. A harvester will go to the blue tib field. These bikes could at least damage it so that the infantry, which are now making their way across, can finish it off. And he will put some damage onto it. More than half health, and there's infantry here with a Disciple, which is important because the Disciple will buff the effectiveness of the infantry. He needs to stop this Harvester from getting away at all costs, though, and he's got enough infantry here to really contest that. If the bikes come back, which they are coming back now, this infantry is going to be hard to deal with. He's going to send the Raider Buggies forward first, and now the bikes are going to come in, and they're going to help destroy this, and that's fine, but the Raider Buggies have tanked a lot of damage, and that Harvester will now be trying to get away. Masterleaf could sneak around the top and get it. He's going to lose the remainder of these forces here, and these bikes are now going to move in, but he's still spamming out infantry. He's like, yep, cool, you can attack that all you want. 2 bikes will return, but to be honest, he could take that Harvester. He's actually cutting off reinforcements. Meanwhile, Masterleaf should be able to defend this, I would have thought. He's got a lot of units here as well. He's got a lot of infantry. The Raider Buggy is now getting popped. What's happening over there? The Harvester will make it to safety. A few units here just continuing to intercept those Raider Buggies. But this Harvester here actually under attack. These rocket squads being moved across. He is actually going to be able to destroy that Harvester, I think. He's pulling it back, not quite far enough behind the refinery there. I'm not sure if it was possible to save that. Still picking off reinforcements, though. You got to remember that OneVision is still all in, and Masterleaf will take that game. So, Masterleaf made it a bit... He put it a bit on edge there. But he does manage to come through and win that game. So he will retake the lead in this series. And it's super intense, by the way, this series. 2-1 now in favour of Masterleaf. He needs to finish OneVision off and get back into that grand final to get the rematch with Technique. And hopefully play a little bit better than he did in the last series. 47,000, 36,000. So he got 11 grand more, which is important in an 8.5 minute game. So that definitely helped out. The spikes. What I'm saying is, again, 5 minutes of spikes is 9 grand, and what did he get more? He got like 11,000 more, so it's an 8 minute game, so add on that. So basically what you're seeing here is the spikes. The $11,000 difference was probably all the spikes, or probably the spike income he was getting throughout that game, because he got the spikes in the first like 2 minutes of the game and things like that. So you can see that even though Masterleaf did have more like refineries and harvesters, he had to spend more of his money on that. Whereas OneVision was just spending money on units. So, OneVision has more units. Wow, I really made a mess of that one. But 2-1 up for Masterleaf. Let's just leave it at that. Jump into the next game. Game 4 coming up right now. Okay, guys, welcome back to game number 4 in this best of 5 series of the loser bracket final. Winner goes through the grand final. Loser is out in third place, or will get third place basically. Because it is double elimination, we're on Tournament Odyssey, which is Vision's pick of the map here, and Masterleaf will not be enjoying that at all. Tournament Odyssey here, jumping on the top right-hand side, he's going to be OneVISION, playing his Black Hand, obviously, and keeping the Black Hand show alive is going to be Masterleaf. Masterleaf here. And again, if you look at this map, it looks like, and again, I'm critical of this map here because it's ginormous, and there's really no area on the map where you can't go. Even for some reason, you can go way back here, way back around here, and there's just like stupidly large amounts of space. So Bike Buggy can just attack from like a million different directions. They can even, like, look at the space, like, why is there that much space below the natural expansion? And then there's another attack route here, like there wasn't one already here, 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 and here. This space here, even this ramp is like ginormous. So again, I'm super critical. I'm just saying that Bike Buggy will always have an extremely large advantage on a map like this. It's huge and flat. The other factions who have units that are perhaps better than Bike Buggy, but they're too slow. They can't ever move out of the base. The second you move away from the base, you lose all your harvesters. The Bike Buggy drives all the way back and beats you back to his own base. So, and Technique, of course, not liking base pushes, has also made his maps extremely anti-base push. So, as you can see, there's no way you can do a base push, and this is just ginormous distance. You'd see it like 20 years in advance, and there's other maps where he's purposely put like non-deployable terrain to make it even more difficult. But yeah, having a go at Technique. So, but I've still played a fair chunk on these maps here, and there's a few strategies you can do, but it usually involves camping. So, Masterleaf just with 2 Raider Buggies. That's unusual. I'm not sure why he's got 2 Raider Buggies. OneVISION just has a single Raider Buggy, not even bothering to finish that off. So he's actually going to move through to see what OneVISION is up to. Is there a rush coming? No, there's no type of rush happening here, but Masterleaf will be powering down just one power plant expand here. It's got a bit of distance to travel to get to. To get to that expansion field. That bike there. He's trying to take the bike out. He might actually just get the bike. No, he will lose the Raider Buggy, unfortunately. And the other Raider Buggy is going to have to get out of there as well. Otherwise, he's going to lose that. So 2 Raider Buggies down for no loss of any bikes here. He will actually kill the rest of that squad off, which is nice. Does he have anything to save this Raider Buggy? No, he does not. He's definitely going to lose another Raider Buggy. So nice start here for Unleashed. Oh, he's actually almost got it. He should be able to get it. Oh, just does not quite get back in time. So 2 Raider Buggies down for the loss of nothing. Again, it's nothing in the grand scheme of things, but at this stage, this early in the game, stuff like that's important. That's really important. Masterleaf now is actually going to become under attack because OneVISION, no, he's not all in off 2 War Factory. He's actually expanding as well. But Masterleaf does have 2 War Factories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got his 5. There's a single Scorpion tank out, but he's got to be careful with that one there. 2 Scorpions now. He's going to have to pull that Harvester. He's going to have to pull it right now. He will pull it, but unfortunately goes back the wrong way. 3 tanks out now. That's a little bit more scarier. And he's going to try to take that power plant down because, it's in an area where, you can take a swing at it. Masterleaf's either going to have to keep it damaged or spend money to repair that. Not worrying about repairing it, it's just going to leave it there. Power plants are not very highly valued by the Nod players because they cost basically nothing. It's basically like a Raider Buggy. So yeah, losing one of them is no big deal. But of course, if you can destroy one, they got paper thin armor, so you can put it down. And if it manages to drop them into low power, then well, that can cause more problems. It has a flow-on effect to the power dynamic in the game, of course. Very important in the grand scheme of things. If you have no power, your production slows, and it has multiple levels of slow. And then of course it disables any of your support powers, and any upgrades will freeze. Base defenses will go offline. There's a lot of bad stuff that can happen. But Masterleaf now, with the double War Factory, is able to pump out a lot more units now. Does not have a refinery down. OneVISION did choose to go for a refinery. Wow, Dozer Blade's halfway done. That is a quick Dozer Blade. He will be taking out that Raider Blade. That's a very quick Dozer Blade. Battle marker over here. No, it's nothing serious. One tank just decides to just run straight in the middle. Probably saw the operation center there. A few units trading out in the middle here. This is what we expect. We're probably going to see lots of Scorpions or crap lords of Bike Buggy. A few Fanatics coming out because OneVISION wants to be able to defend against any pending attack there. Maybe there's actually a flame tank over here, so did not see this. Did he get the spike? No, he got intercepted beforehand. And now Masterleaf is aware that, hey, there could be some more flame tanks floating around. That one is dispatched. The Bike Buggy now heading down towards this base. That Harvester is in trouble. He could use the power plant as cover. A few Scorpion tanks here will come back to defend, so he did have a few units in place. One Scorpion tank will go down. A few bikes will be traded out. Masterleaf also losing a few bikes. Unfortunately, gets a few more kills on the way out there. But luckily there, the Harvester was not destroyed. Is that the same harvester? I thought he took a bit more damage than that. But nonetheless, these forces now moving out, trying to have a look around. Is there another flame tank? It's really going to be really hard to spot if there is. That capturing that tower can be somewhat important because it can try to zone out these areas, but really it's not close enough to that base to really have a big enough effect. A few fanatics now moving across the map. He actually sold off his... Oh, he's got to watch out. Oh, those fanatics go straight to those bikes. Oh man, that's got to hurt. So these Raider buggies now coming back. They will finish them off. They get another bike before they go down. And now the Raider buggies here are sitting ducks for these bikes. Masterleaf, no, he did pull those forces back. He doesn't have anything left there. Those Raider buggies need to get out of there. They're actually getting fired at. Rear armor will do extra damage from those rockets, costing him another Raider buggy. Masterleaf bleeding off a few units here now. Dozer Blade is done from OneVISION. So Masterleaf does not have Dozer Blade. A third War Factory will come down, which is what he's been favoring. Or what he favored in one of the other games, but he does not have Dozer Blade, which means his tanks are not as durable as that of OneVISION's. He's going to need a numerical advantage. He does actually have the EMP control, so did he just take that? He did just take that, so he's got an EMP, but he has to wait 3 minutes for it to cool down, and to be honest, 3 minutes for a basic, what is essentially a free support power once you've captured the structure. I mean, if you use it once, it costs you $500. If you use it twice, it's only $250 each. The value just goes through the roof, so anyone would trade $500 for the basically what I consider to be the best EMP weapon in the game. It's just actually getting your unit out there. And of course, I'm talking while this massive engagement is taking place. I think Masterleaf has the advantage here, but OneVISION's target firing is pretty on point here. It's actually doing a lot of damage, but yeah, the numbers from Masterleaf is a little bit too high here for OneVISION. He just didn't quite have enough tanks, and now Masterleaf is punishing. He's punishing in the retreat there. He takes off quite a few more tanks, but he absolutely cannot overextend. He needs to know his limit. And I think he realizes that maybe that is the limit, so he's going to pull back. That was a beautiful retreat there from Masterleaf. He pulled back exactly when he needed to, because with the rockets, the War Factory, and all that type of jazz, that would have been a bit too much for him. He's going to leave the EMP control center somewhat intact right now. Actually, OneVISION just repairing that back up. Left a tank behind. I think that's a bad rally, to be honest. Flame tanks coming out from Masterleaf. OneVISION does have a third base ref already down. Masterleaf is not even there. Tanks heading out to the right-hand flank. Not sure where they're going. Dozer Blades is not... no, Dozer Blades is complete. It's complete. And he will try to head off these bikes, but unfortunately he's herding them towards the flame tank, and he realizes now the flame tank is busted, so he tries to run into the bikes. Will kill quite a few bikes, though. He will kill quite a few bikes, and reverse moving into the enemy tanks, and these tanks, those 4 tanks are all overlapping. The flame tank is still alive somehow, but he will be destroyed now. The bikes coming in to help with these Scorpion tanks, and Masterleaf has reinforcements here. Not very well organized somewhat. He will be retreating now, and OneVISION will be able to clear the third base. Another flame tank. Oh, he needs to be careful. I think OneVISION, it would have crossed his vision for sure. No pun intended. There's actually a flame tank already in the base. Will he have enough time to destroy? He needs a second. Oh, and that's actually going to cut it off. This flame tank here, it's been spotted now. He should have tried to move to the edge because where Technique's put ridiculous amount of dead space, and he could have just hid there forever. Going to try to focus down that harvester. Not going to happen. Battle marker over here. Not sure what that was. A few Scorpion tanks over here trying to find something, but these bases are somewhat dispensable from OneVISION. And tanks now, this is the thing, Masterleaf is split up, and either one of his forces doesn't look too appealing right now. If OneVISION was to come down on one of these forces, he would easily win the engage. And Masterleaf needs to stop driving horizontal and get back. Yeah, he's going backwards now. A few tanks here able to clean up. Not actually being microed. Some of the tanks at the back not even firing on OneVISION's forces here. And he's actually going to go in and attack over here as well. So he's microing 2 engagements right now. Well, he's not microing that one. Battle marker over here as well. He's expanding to his third base now. But Masterleaf, I don't think he's going to get in there. I don't think it's... Oh, he whiffed! Oh my god, that was the whiffest EMP I've ever seen. That was terribly bad. OneVISION trying to predict where that army was going to go, but Masterleaf, for some reason, pulled out to the left-hand side. I'm not even sure why Masterleaf was trying to drive over here. There's not a lot over here. There's a few tanks, but Masterleaf, to be honest, he's bleeding a few forces. Should be able to clean up these tanks. Reverse moving into them is obviously not good because you're getting your rear armor fired at. Battle marker down here. A few bikes being destroyed. Not sure if there's any harvesters. There's some dead tank husks there, so harvesters being... No harvesters being traded, sorry. Masterleaf has now pulled OneVISION very far out of position. If there was a... flame tank there now, he'd be dandy right now. There'd be nothing there to defend it, but unfortunately, bikes will get cleaned up. So Masterleaf actually starting to really take a toll on OneVISION's psychological condition now. But unfortunately still not able to establish his third base. Ref is almost down, doesn't have any flame tanks in position. Will be able to skew a few more tanks off. Letting those red tanks get away is never good. He will take out a few more of those here, and OneVISION unfortunately was split up, which is allowed, OneVISION was split up. I'm pretty sure I've called these guys like OneVISION and Unleashed and Masterleaf, all three players, somewhat quite a bit. That flame tank will be destroyed, but Masterleaf is moving into this base area. He does have a chem plant. Sorry, doesn't have a chem plant. He does have a tier 3. He's going to move through. That harvester is history. Masterleaf not focused firing, so that harvester will live. Now he's focused firing on other harvesters. Oh, that Fnatic squad comes out. 2 tanks straight away. He might just want to focus down the hand of Nod. He will focus down the hand of Nod. He'll destroy it. It'll go down. Actually takes out one more tank here now moving through. Should target these. Oh, there's 2 heavily damaged harvesters. He could pop those. He's going to pop them right now. He gets both of them. Fnatic still causing problems in a reverse move across the field here now. Should be able to take out the remainder of these tanks. He's actually destroying those tanks. Very well done there. And the rest of the tanks will fall. OneVISION actually has no forces left over here, by the way. Chem plant is there. Oh no, looks like Masterleaf has been forced off his third base. He doesn't have any units here to defend, and the 2 harvesters will probably be destroyed. The other harvester, unfortunately, not getting a proper move order. But what will be happening over here? Masterleaf going to lose his other spike. Battle mark is raining down everywhere. There's actually a flame tank over here. Unfortunately, Masterleaf's flame tank control hasn't been the greatest going around right now, and he's actually flaming off the wrong type of units here. We got a catalyst missile come down that will take out one refinery, but the other refinery will stand. It will stand. I believe there's a harvester in there. There's 2 harvesters in there. That harvester not actually, no, there we go. He's reordering that one now. One harvester getting destroyed, but these 2 roaming tanks here. That's unfortunate for Masterleaf. He has got forces over here. OneVISION only has a couple of tanks. He's building Fnatic squads to try to deal with this, which of course these tanks here will have no way to deal with that at all. These damage tanks will be destroyed for sure. That's almost a certainty. He's going to move to the back side here where he can go down this one passageway. OneVISION's economy, that harvester unfortunately not actually refining. There's only 2 harvesters here now. So his economy isn't the greatest either. And now Masterleaf is moving up here and he's going to be like, hey, you got some harvesters? He should target this one here, which is refining. But unfortunately, it's going to empty most of its tank, but he pulls it off the line. To be honest, OneVISION should have just kept refining because he wasn't going to escape with that. And by refining, at least he would have got the money out of the tank. But instead, that's dead tib. More harvesters going down. EMP comes down now. He's actually ordering these harvesters to harvest. Not very well. The EMP isn't going to do anything. So yeah, we do have an obelisk come down now. You know what? He could just move to the top side of the field, outside range that, and try to destroy that. But he's going to move inwards to the inner side of the base. Spike is now destroyed. This is getting pretty intense. That War Factory taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Scorpion tanks still continue to be built. No one's really had any interest in technology except for the one click by Vision and these few obelisk towers coming down. But aside from that, no actual real units coming out that the tech can benefit from. Of course, it is Black Hand, so Black Hand don't exactly have a lot of technology options. Something that people tend to overlook quite a bit. The spike is still intact, and Masterleaf needs to be careful. He might be overrun in the middle of the map here. He's going to have to pull back for sure. OneVISION, of course, holds both his spikes. No, one of his spikes must have been destroyed. Actually, no, they're over here. What am I doing? Herped up. He still holds both of his spikes, whereas Masterleaf lost both of his just to the one flame squad, which is still alive, just being very pesky. That tower would have been a really good capture right now. Could have taken out a few tanks for sure. More war factions over here as well. Masterleaf just getting his economy going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 harvesters. OneVISION only has 3 harvesters. He's got 2 refiners, but only 3 harvesters. That's not enough refining. He's got a harvester over here. Harvester, which is just idle. Unfortunately, not getting that back to work quick enough. He needs a shredder turret. He needs one fast because these Fnatic squads are coming in. He doesn't want to lose anything unnecessarily to these Fnatic squads. And he will have a shredder turret come down. Doesn't actually do a lot of damage. So he's going to have to probably place another one of those down because these guys are going to come into this area here. The shredder turret is being destroyed, which means, oh my god, these harvesters, oh, the Fanatics are running in now. I'm not sure if he's, he obviously wants tanks with those, not harvesters. They're not actually getting anything done here. Masterleaf is in a little bit of trouble. He seems to have just run out of units. The Fanatics have not even destroyed anything yet. They will end up blowing up on just a random unit there, which is a bit unfortunate. That harvester is history. See you later. We'll take that one out. And Masterleaf now has no forces remaining in this area. He's in a lot of trouble. There's a lot of tanks here. There's about a dozen tanks here. Here's no tanks. Reinforcements coming down. Masterleaf desperately needs them. These harvesters should be pulled off the line, but he's not pulling them off the line. Battle marker up there. Tanks are taking out OneVISION's economy, so they're both striking each other pretty hard. But you know what? Masterleaf doesn't have any money left, and he doesn't have enough tanks. And that will tie up the series. OneVISION once again brings the series back. That was actually a pretty good game. I couldn't help but feel that Masterleaf was a little bit too wasteful in some of those engagements though. If we have a look at the resources tab, oh, actually OneVision got a lot more money than him, so there you go. No blue Tiberium on that map, of course, but OneVision able to take his third base a lot faster than Masterleaf. Let's have a look at the kill death ratio. Masterleaf's is better, 1.04 to 0.95, so it's basically identical. So yeah, maybe a little bit of an overstatement there. But again, comes down to the flame tank control, like we saw in the game number 2. Flame tank control just was not there. They could have done a lot more damage than what they did. And it's good that he's throwing those in because the flame tanks are game changers, really. But unfortunately, not able to capitalize. 14.5 minutes, 2-2. Oh, we're going to an ace match versus OneVision and Masterleaf. To be honest, OneVision is not the type of player you want to give an ego boost to. But at the same time, Masterleaf, with his crazy psychological conditions, is also a bit temperamental. He's lost to a lot of very low-ranked players like Jake White. I think he lost to Numbfish or something. I can't remember who, but he lost to a bunch of really low-ranked players, even Dimitri. And I think his head isn't in the game. I've told him a million times before. I don't know why he tries to break things down so deep. He's a good player. He just needs to forget about that and just play awesome like he used to. And it doesn't have the consistency anymore. But nonetheless, we'll go into game number 5. We'll see if Masterleaf can meet Technique in the grand final again, or will OneVision cause the upset and go into the grand final himself. Game 5 coming up right now. Hey guys, welcome back to game number 5, the ace match here, and Masterleaf was the choice of map, and he's picked Tiberium Rift, so a black hand favoured map, and of course OneVision 60 is also black hand. Let's jump in and see how this one goes. On the right hand side, starting as the green black hand, it is going to be the Masterleafus, Mysterious Leafus. And starting on the left hand side, we have OneVision 60, aka Visionus Nubus, and he's going to be going straight for that spike, of course. Why would you not? 2-3 squads now coming out. Will he try to do a pile drive strategy where you just collect all your scouts and just pile drive straight through the center? I think Masterleaf might have that. No, Masterleaf just a singular scout here, so maybe saving money for a bike rush, because of course every time you draft, that's another $300. You draft 2 structures, that's another bike. You know, it all adds up and things like that. So if you really cheap out on the scouts, it can make your rush a bit better, or noticeably better for sure. But at the same time, if you get counter rushed and you don't, like bikes will obviously stop enemy rushes, but you still have to find the rush, locate the rush, intercept the rush, and destroy it. If their rush is able to circumvent your rush, you know, if they have a Reckoner, that's gonna do more damage than a couple of bikes. So, but if it's bike v bike, that can be really, really awkward. But yeah, bikes are coming out, so he's gonna do a bike rush. Just a singular bike, and I'm not sure why he's driving forward. This could be a fake. He drives, shows it. I'm not sure if he. Oh no! Oh, he's building more bikes. He just showed the fact that he had bikes to OneVision. I'm not sure why he drove so far out into the center of the map with that one there. That was just a giveaway. Actually, just 2 bikes. Maybe he is trying to fake OneVision out. OneVision does have his own bike. I'm not sure what Masterleaf's plan was there, but like it's almost as if he changed his mind halfway through the rush. We'll shoot at those scouts there. We'll be able to destroy most of them, but he's going to come across this area here and find there's nothing here. He will target the Harvester, unfortunately, which means he's going to be able to lose both bikes before he can kill a singular bike. OneVision putting his bikes back here. That was intelligent because Masterleaf's come up here, seen there's no bikes, used his first volley, and OneVision's just come across the field, bang, taken one down, and then from there he basically can't lose because he can't even lose a single bike actually because it takes 2 volleys to kill a bike. So OneVision taking out both bikes for no loss. That's a great start to the game. Again, small things, but they will at the start of the game do matter. Later on, not so much. 2 Raider buggies coming out now. Probably looking to clean up these scouts, but not wanting to run straight into these bikes here. Second War Factory comes down. Maybe should have placed it back here because OneVision scopes it out, sees it straight away. He's like, yep, cool, alright, we got double War Factory. If he placed it up here, he wouldn't have seen it, but he's cancelling units and he's going for structures. So there you go. Or he's cancelling structures and going for units, but you can see right there, if he hadn't seen that, maybe he would have tried to eco. I mean, he does already have a second War Factory down, which probably tells us no, he was going to build units anyway, but it's something you can still do. There's things that change. A lot of people don't understand how the fog of war affects the decision making of the other player. You know, you can just jump someone with units. You know, a lot of people say cheese and stuff like that, but it's not even cheese really. Raider buggy comes in, spots the second War Factory. We'll spot the expansion here from OneVision. No refineries down, Masterleaf has nothing queued at his expansion. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 harvesters. Not trying to take the blue tip behind this. OneVision's force is actually larger than his own. Will take out that bike, no worries. OneVision not turning around. No, he's not going to turn around. He's got no harvesters here, so he's going to continue to press the attack. He's like, yep, cool, no worries. I'm just going to attack your base. Scorpion tanks coming out. There will be about 4 of them here by the time the bikes rock up, which means Masterleaf has the ability, or he's actually just going to camp this. Oh, he gets it before he even fires a single round. That's just embarrassing, isn't it? But he's going to be able to take that out. Scorpion tanks here. Unfortunately, the Scorpion tank controlled by some of these guys. 2 red tanks as well. What's going on there? I really have to question how they're engaging with these tanks here. It's not necessary to lose that. Raider buggy. Why under the Raider buggy? It's no longer there. It's over here. So he did send that into the base. Have a look and see what OneVision is up to. Now, Masterleaf is ahead in the terms that he does have an extra harvester. He's building another refinery. OneVision is building one as well. It's about halfway done. That extra harvester will actually even up the harvester count. But it's pretty tight. It's pretty tight right now. Masterleaf with his Scorpion tanks is going to be immune to the bike buggy harassment. He shouldn't really be losing anything as long as he's in position. Yeah, he's splitting his tanks up into 2 forces, but he has enough of them to be able to warrant that. Raider buggy comes in, sees the expansion now from OneVision, so he's wanting to get his down ASAP. 2 harvesters already here. Wow, does he have 1, 2, 3? No, he's only got 4 in his main, so he did pull 2 harvesters off his main. Scorpion tanks unfortunately being milked out of the war factory. It's not something you want to see right there, then and there. If he can diminish these numbers, that's going to be really important. That Scorpion tank as well, not necessary for it to go so far out. Loses another tank. He doesn't have enough to really contest this, does he? Battle marker over here. A few bikes coming in. Oh, Masterleaf, he could have taken out a harvester. He continues on through, not microing that very well at all. These tanks now still moving forward. He's got bike buggy up there, but there should be more tanks here. There's more tanks over here as well. The bike's now trying to evac, but unfortunately they will be located and destroyed. Not even bothering to move those ones. They will be cleaned up eventually, not even getting the tank. There are Scorpion tanks here. We'll pick off a bike. They'll be moving back now. One of those tanks is in the red hell, so he's not going to want to go too close to those units. More tanks over here now. There's only 2 of them, though. He might just decide to take a swing at them, and he will be taking a swing at them. Masterleaf not pulling those back for repairs. He's got tanks on this side as well. Oh, he's going to sandwich them. He's going to catch some of this bike buggy. Can he do enough damage? Can he knock some of these bike buggy down? He's losing a few tanks here, but he's also putting down the bike buggy numbers. More tanks falling. He might just want to pull those red tanks back now. There's not enough tanks here to really contest anymore. More reinforcements coming in. Masterleaf's just got tank squadrons coming from all over the map right now, and I think he should pull back at the top. There's a lot of units there, but he's going down at the bottom, but there's only about 5 tanks there, which is not enough. He's moving to the top, going to cut those ones off. Second refinery is down. OneVision also the same. It's super tight. Dozer Blade almost done here for OneVision. It's 5 tanks versus 4. Masterleaf could take that, choosing not to do so. He's pretty far away from his base and quite far from reinforcements here. A few tanks up here getting caught from behind, and OneVision will be able to destroy them. The rest of the tanks will become trapped over this side. They are deciding to turn around. He's regrouping, and well done. He brings all the tanks together. That was nice. Now he needs to focus fire, which he will be doing, but the bike's now coming in for OneVision. Turns his arm around. That's really good control there by Masterleaf. Even though he's going to lose out here, he did a lot of damage before he went out, and he's got another attack force over here. Unfortunately, it's those same tanks which were dicking around before, but now they're not going to be affected because OneVision has the forces here to defend. Dozer Blade is done. No Dozer Blade for Masterleaf. Masterleaf's Dozer Blade has been particularly late in this series here. Only halfway done. 3 war factories are down though. He's putting down more power plants. Could just upgrade the ones he has and go for another expansion. He's got tanks all over the place. He's got to be careful he doesn't get picked apart though. And here we go. OneVision now he's taking that tip field here. Unfortunately, he is being picked apart. And he's being picked apart over here as well. He's actually engaged in these tanks. It's going to be pretty even trade. Not enough focus firing here from Masterleaf. He is just firing at whatever tank he can get his hands on. These tanks being milled one at a time in a single line. Oh my god, it's going around pretty badly for Masterleaf. He's now just moving through, drawing these tanks out of position. But to be honest, there is so many forces. Another tank is down. It's just single file tanks here. There's a few more tanks. Pulls a harvester. Not going to pull that harvester. He's going to lose 2 harvesters. But now this Scorpion tanks. Oh, he doesn't lose that harvester. So that was actually not too bad. That was not too bad actually. That was a critical mistake there by OneVision. He could have got out of there. He could have either got the harvester and left, or he could have got out of there scot-free, but instead he lost all his bikes and didn't get the harvester. So that was a minor victory there for Masterleaf. Interesting placement of the construction yard, but of course OneVision behind this did get half the blue tib field. He is in a position where he can put down a refinery at the 3rd base. He doesn't quite have as many tanks as what Masterleaf has, because Masterleaf has an extra war factory, and he's obviously pouring it into that, or his unit production into that. Takes out more tanks. He could just move forward here. He's got a pretty good numbers advantage, and he's going to use that. He's going to use that now. He's going to move forward and he's going to be able to actually blows up one of his own tanks. Unfortunately, he needs to make sure these tanks are focus fired. The focus firing from both sides has been, it's been there 50% of the time, but then the other half it's not there at all. So it's just a bit back and forth. Going to run across, actually putting a refinery down at the blue tip field. That is really ballsy there from OneVISION. Going to force the harvesters off the line. He won't lose any, but he'll force them off the line. A few more tanks going down, unfortunately, there for Masterleaf. Needs to try to destroy the tank forces first. If he can destroy the tank forces, then the harvesters are sitting ducks. He wants to take those ones down. He has got a numerical advantage here with 3 war factories. I believe he may have sold his MCV. I'm not 100% sure. We'll stay with the engagement here. It's super tight right now. Reinforcements from Masterleaf coming in, but there is Fanatics here as well. The Fanatics are a big problem. They can just take out so many tanks. Unfortunately, he's focus firing on the harvesters here, where he really should be focus firing on the tanks. If he can just destroy the tanks, it doesn't matter that the harvesters are there. He'll be able to destroy the Fanatics now, pushing them back. He's not able to focus fire correctly because he has to remaneuver his tanks, and OneVISION holds on. He pushes Masterleaf away. Masterleaf cannot be happy with how that engagement finished up there. He's in a lot of trouble. There's more tanks coming through. They will just plow straight into... No, they should just take out the hand of Nod here. He's falling back to his base. That's fine. If he falls back, he should be okay. He did sell the MCV, by the way. There's an engineer that's definitely the... what should we call it? The MCV cell. Does get that harvester with blue Tiberium inside with these few random scouting tanks here. Another battle happens over here. Looks like these last Fanatic squads will be cleaned up. Masterleaf does hold. He does hold, and he has hurt OneVISION, but OneVISION has a refinery on the 3rd base, which is something that Masterleaf is not going to have ever. Masterleaf has no Tiberium, and he has no MCV. This last set of harvesters here are going to be docking with whatever he has left. He's still trying to power 3 war factories, but I can't help but feel that it's going to run out super quick right now. And there's going to be a Scorp tank engagement here, but OneVISION has more. He's got more numbers. He simply has more numbers, and now the longer Masterleaf waits, the more the tanks are going to swell. He needs to get a critical engage with super good positioning. I think this could be the last fight of the game here right now, and that's not that good positioning. These tanks position behind this spike here, but they're able to shoot the tanks as they come around, and Masterleaf has disastrous positioning here. I'm not sure why he chose to engage there. He doesn't have numerical superiority. He doesn't have positioning either, and there are even Fanatics there to back it up, and that was the big engagement that Masterleaf had to win convincingly, and he simply flat out lost it, and that could be the game and the series and the tournament for Masterleaf. Well, he had his chances there. 2 more tanks popped. Another one very heavily damaged here at the moment, but OneVISION, unless there's some type of clutch flame tank, even putting... Oh, look at that spread, just trying to make sure they don't get Catalyst, but that's never going to happen because he's going to go up here and see, hang on a second, there's no 3rd base, which means there's probably an MCV cell. Fire Sale comes in, and that's it. Masterleaf is out of the tournament. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. OneVISION will go into the grand final against Technique. Masterleaf is not going to be happy. That explains the 600 Skype messages on my phone this morning. I haven't read through them yet, but Masterleaf has a tendency to just start messaging me on Skype, and even if I'm not there, he'll just keep messaging and just talking about his feelings or whatever the hell he's doing, and there'll be like 600 messages from him that I'll have to try to scroll through the following day. But whenever that happens, I'm like, oh yeah, Masterleaf lost to a noob. But of course he has lost in this situation here. What can I say about that series? OneVISION, he played rock solid. He played so solid it wasn't funny. In Masterleaf, with his cumbersome engagements, the rock solidness of OneVISION just defeated it. And yeah, especially when the way Masterleaf started the series, he really could have controlled it, but unfortunately, he just let OneVISION get on top of him, and he went back to those crafty strategies, which are it's the thing. Yeah, OneVISION played such a rock solid standard black hand, and Masterleaf just tried to mirror that a little bit too late after his clumsy strategies had not worked. But 103,000, 86,000. Stop talking about that for now. Well done, OneVISION. He's going to go into the grand final, which we will cast for you against Technique. I'm Green Zero. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll catch you all in the next one.